Hey guys, in this review I'm going to review the 12th book of the Vampire Chronicles series, and that is Prince Lestat in the Realms of Atlantis. Aliens! So we find out that we already knew that Amel is the spirit that connects all vampires that is now in Lestat. For those that haven't read the other books, Inkle and Akasha, the original vampires, when they were in their human form and dying, the spirit of Amel went into them, and that's what created the first vampires to very fast sum it up. Anyway, the Realms of Atlantis explains the backstory of Amel in detail, that he wasn't always a spirit, but he was actually, at least in human form, an advanced human created by aliens. So if you think that it was already a big universe in the Vampire Chronicles and just made it a lot bigger, because now aliens are in the series now. So anyway, Amel was the smartest person that was sent back to Earth, and he ends up creating Atlantis, and that's where the title comes from. And you get the backstory of who and what Atlantis is, or should I say who was in Atlantis, and it reveals some more things about how the characters that later showed up in the series that I don't want to give away, but it changes a certain book that was so controversial in the series, Memnoch the Devil. It gives a fresh look onto that story, because maybe Memnoch was in Atlantis at one time. I won't say how or why, but maybe he had something to do with it as well. So it refers back to Memnoch the Devil in this book. So yeah, this book is basically just a really big backstory of Amel. It tells who he is, and the ending of the book is interesting to say the least, because Amel basically wants to get out of being in these vampires. He wants to stop being in. He was in Akasha, and he was in Macaire, and now he's in Lestat, and he wants to be his own person. And Lestat, how they hear this story is because Lestat can hear his voice. Since he's in him, he can actually hear Amel talking, and Amel wants out. He wants his own body, but that's a dilemma since he's the spirit of the vampire. It's like, how is he going to get out of Lestat and the vampires survive? So that is towards the end of the book. They're trying to figure out how to make that happen. But overall, Prince Lestat in the Realms of Atlantis is a really interesting read. I was really turned off when I first heard that this was the title, and I've heard a lot of people, they didn't. It's one of the, not one of the best titles for a book. You hear Prince Lestat in the Realms of Atlantis, you don't know what to expect. Mermaids or something? I don't know. But it turned out to be way more interesting. It gives more of a backstory to who the vampire spirit Amel is. And I don't know where it's going to go after the ending of this book. The way they do things at the end, I don't know where you can go, but it's happening. And there's a new book coming out in 2018 this year. So we'll see. Overall, Prince Lestat in the Realms of Atlantis, really good book. And like I said, introduces aliens. I don't know how much that's going to play into the future. So we'll see. Anyway, that's it. My short review of this one. And I'll talk to you later, guys. Bye.